Posted by you/officeman1245. I'm starting to resent my wife being away so much. I, 37M, and my wife, 26F, met in 2016 and married in 2018. Our 4-year anniversary is on September 15, 2022. We don't have any children. She's really a sweetheart and I love her dearly, but there are some codependency issues that she has with her mom that are concerning to me. First of all, she's from Germany and I'm from the US. She moved here to the US to live with me. Her mom and grandpa live in Germany and are the only family she has there, and she has a very close-knit and codependent relationship with them. Her grandma and father, both of which she was very close to, passed away when she was between the ages of 10 to 12, she doesn't have any siblings, and her extended family is estranged. So, she really only has her mom and grandpa. She normally flies to Germany to visit with her mom and grandpa in the late spring or early summer and will stay there for about 6 weeks, and then she will return to the US with her mom and grandpa, and they will stay here in the US for 3 months. This is the maximum time they can stay as per the US guidelines for non-residents. My wife and I have arranged for them to stay at a nearby senior living facility while they're visiting us, because our apartment is small. So, her mom and grandpa stay with us for 3 months, then the two of them fly back to Germany by late summer. Then, my wife will fly back to Germany in late November for another 6 weeks or so to be with her mom and grandma again over the holidays, and she returns in early mid-January. This cycle repeats every year. During the times when my wife is here in the US and her mom and grandpa are in Germany, she does video calls with them over Skype every day Monday to Friday. This is possible because she is self-employed, fashion designer, and works from home. She earns almost no money from this, but I don't nag her about getting a job and paying half the bills because otherwise I know she would never have the flexibility/time to travel and visit with her family like she does now. Her mom and grandpa are good people, and we all get along well. However, it has started to wear on me because it's very difficult for me when she's gone for a few months out of every year, and then for another 3 months her mom and grandpa are here, and my wife insists that they tag along for pretty much everything we do. I don't mind them coming along once in a while, but not every time. My wife and I enjoy going out and doing things, so whether it's a festival, bowling, a museum, seeing a show, hiking, going on a day trip somewhere, etc., they're always coming with us because my wife just can't be without them. It bothers me though because it really changes the dynamic in our relationship, and I don't like that. I relish the times when her mom and grandpa are in Germany and it's just my wife and I and we do all kinds of fun things together, just she and I, and it's the same when we go on vacation for a couple weeks out of the year, just she and I. It's great. I just feel like it's being interrupted too often by her mom and grandpa, and we need more space. Am I being unreasonable here? Then in June of this year, her grandpa passed away. He was 85 years old and went peacefully. This event has caused a tremendous amount of emotional turmoil for my wife and has only strengthened the codependency she has with her mother to the point where she finds it difficult to be away from her mom for any significant amount of time. She flew to Germany right away back in June to assist her mom and hasn't returned yet. I flew there as well initially for 1 week and to attend the funeral, but then I had to fly back for work. Her mom is in her mid-50s and appears to be healthy, independent, and capable, but my wife is very concerned about her being alone. One of the reasons my wife hasn't flown back yet is that she's waiting on her passport renewal there in Germany. I could be wrong, but I'm starting to suspect that she may be using that as an excuse to stay there as long as possible so she can return with her mom in the fall and then her mom could be here in the US during Christmas. I know she couldn't imagine her mom being alone for Christmas. My wife tells me that she loves me and misses me each day, but I don't understand how she's okay with being away this long. I'm starting to feel a combination of anger, frustration, resentment, and sadness because I miss her, and I feel this codependency is ruining an otherwise great relationship. I want to be in a place where we can go on adventures again, just the two of us, or just have a relaxing evening together at home, and be intimate whenever we want instead of those things being stifled by her ever-present mother. One last note, my wife is a very gentle and sensitive person and I'm very aware that this is a difficult time for her and am there for her and continue to be a strong emotional support for her. But I need to set some boundaries in a gentle but assertive way and I'm just looking for some advice on how to do that. I want to be with her, but I have some doubt as to whether our marriage is going to work long term. TLDR, I love my wife but am starting to feel resentful because of the extensive amount of time she feels that she needs to spend with her family away from me, and I would like some advice on how to set some boundaries. Now on to some comments. Posted by Flor Dorito. I'm starting to suspect that she may be using that as an excuse to stay there as long as possible so she can return with her mom in the fall and then her mom could be here in the US during Christmas. I know she couldn't imagine her mom being alone for Christmas. This is 100% the case. Why not talk to her and talk about what the two of you plan to do over the holidays? I think you have to set aside your "but she's so sensitive" eggshell walking instinct and just be straight with her. Ask her what the holdup is with her return. This is possible because she is self-employed, fashion designer, and works from home. She earns almost no money from this, but I don't nag her about getting a job and paying half the bills because otherwise I know she would never have the flexibility/time to travel and visit with her family like she does now. Also, it's time for you to address your wife not earning money. How many years were you planning on this zero-income scheme lasting? Is that sustainable? Is that advisable? What if you divorce or drop dead? Who is paying for her mom to stay in an assisted living facility for 3 months at a time? Who is paying for your wife's repeated transatlantic flights? It's high time for you both to grow up, have hard conversations, and make some uncomfortable decisions. She hasn't cut the cord, and she may never cut it if you keep enabling her. OP responded with, "You're right, and I needed to hear that. I need to grow up and have these difficult conversations and be straight with her. Regarding her not earning money, I do have a well-established job in IT at a large company and I earn a good income, so she doesn't need to earn an income, but I wouldn't say it's advisable that she doesn't. Her grandpa had a good pension, and he always covered the expenses for all of their flights as well as their time at the senior living facility. Of course, now that he's passed away, that changes things." Floridorito responded with, "She's just not living in the real world of adults. She spends half the year with her mom either here or in Germany. She doesn't make any money at her job. Her family financially supported her, and now you do. It sounds like she's a college student, minus the college and plus a husband." Posted by initial_donut_6098. I don't see your wife being happy seeing her family less. Would you be willing to move to Germany? OP responded with, "Yes, that is something we've discussed as well and I'm certainly open to it. My wife initially wanted her mom to come here to the US, but I don't like that idea mostly because of the very expensive healthcare costs here, plus housing costs, etc. My wife and I certainly have some issues we need to sort out, and assuming we can do that then I would be willing to move to Germany." Posted by Automator 3000. She moved here to the US to live with me? So, TLDR, you and your wife didn't bother to talk through pretty basic things before she moved across an ocean and 8 time zones to be with you. I'd expect someone marrying a person who was living across an ocean to have had a great many conversations about what the future will look like in terms of location. I mean, people have that conversation when their family lives 100 kilometers away. Stop being how you are. Your wife is losing her family. Let her connect with what is left of her family before going back to this guy who didn't quite understand that marrying someone whose family was far away would mean that they'd be far away at times. Rare_teaching_4069 responded with, "You are being unfair. Both Op and his wife failed at communicating their future plans. It's not a one-way street. It was not solely Op's responsibility. And no, spending almost 5 months in a year in close proximity to their parents, it's not something the average foreigner who moved in another country does. So, it's not something a person would expect." OP responded with, "We did have those discussions before we married, but I wasn't expecting it to be like this. Looking back, I would have preferred us to just live together for several years before making the decision to marry. Perhaps we were a bit hasty with our decision to marry because with us being in different countries the only way we could really be together was by getting married. We were young, dumb, and full of enthusiasm, as they say. But I'll talk with her, and I do love her to death, and I know she loves me too, and I'm committed to finding a solution." Posted by Not4Comment2. She's not coming back, dude. Or if she does, she's going to try to bring Moody with her to stay forever and ever. 4 people was too many for a marriage, 3 is somehow even worse. To be blunt, you, both, fucked up when you expected her codependency to magically disappear because you married her, because she was thousands of miles away from them. You should have expected this. Honestly, I know you love her and want to support her, but you're being a doormat. She's taking advantage. She's not contributing meaningfully financially. You only have her full attention about half the year. And none of this will change until her mother dies. At which point she'll go over for the funeral, spend 6 months wrapping up the estate, realize she's desperately homesick for Germany, and stay. Posted by OP. This has given me things to think about, and I've realized that I've always bent over backwards to make everything in our relationship run smoothly. I never wanted to do anything that would rock the boat or cause any friction. Well, I can see how that's worked out. I suppose I get what I tolerate. That's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm going to grow up and have the hard conversations and probably make some uncomfortable decisions. I think couples therapy might be a good idea too, because I really do love her immensely and I want to make this relationship work if it can, but it's just not sustainable the way it is right now.